Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we have a really cool old Park Sherman gift set, which includes a cigarette case that it advertises will hold a full pack of regular or king-size cigarettes, and also a Park Windproof lighter. This is a lighter that I have been eager to show off and talk about in a video. I was really glad to acquire the gift set. It's the first one of those that I've had. I've seen those cigarette cases in the Florentine design, but had never seen one in anodized colors, and let alone matching anodized colors to the lighter that you see here. Now, you can see that this lighter has faded some of its color, and I'm not sure, obviously, I say it all the time, I'm not a metals expert. I don't know what would cause a lighter that had gained that color through the anodizing process for it to fade in various degrees like that. But any way around it, this lighter is extremely cool to me because it is the perfect companion for this Storm King windproof lighter that I have had for several years now. Note that the Park lighter on the left says Park lighter, it's windproof, whereas the Storm King lighter says Storm King windproof lighter. Also, as you see the question asked a lot of times in the Zippo groups on Facebook, like Zippo Addicts, people asking about the bottom case being flipped around so that when you hold the lighter up, the case looks upside down. And of course, there's always plenty of people there to answer that question, that they just pick up cases indiscriminately or put them into the machine or however that is done. They do not make any attempt. The case is already stamped, and I assume it was the same way in the Park Sherman and Park Industries factories, that the case was stamped and they just picked it up and it got attached, and if that happened to be upside down, then so be it. The Park lighter is what most people would see the way that it should be or the way that they would want it. But I believe just like the Zippo stamps, either of these would be correct. Neither would be rarer or worth any more than the other. It's also interesting to me, the gold tone of this Storm King lighter is a little bit richer, but of course we've lost a little bit of color in this Park lighter. And actually, if you look at it from the back side, they're probably pretty close. Now this Storm King lighter, I've been using it for years now, made in the 1940s. When I acquired it, it was the first Park lighter that I had had with the older type insert, similar to the older Zippos with the way that the tube type felt is placed on the bottom. Marked on the front, precision made by Park Sherman, which at the time was in Springfield, Illinois. Very well marked insert. Marked Storm King along the top of the windscreen. On one side, marked for flint adjustment. Also marked here, well, yeah, just this flint adjustment screw on both sides of this insert. That is very interesting to me, and I will show you why here in just a moment. We will remove this flint spring and screw to take a look underneath it. And from what I can see, let me grab a pick. I'm not sure if we've got some wadding in our way. And maybe not. I can't feel if there's anything in there or not. Doesn't really feel like it. Just looks like wadding. But it is interesting to me that on this matching park lighter, there is actually a little container underneath the flint spring screw that is made for a spare flint. You can see that this windscreen is marked park on both sides. Also the flint adjustment screw, and it points to spare flint on both sides, which when you remove this screw, you will see, because I placed a spare flint in there the other day, there's a little tube right there beside it that will hold the spare flint. And then when you screw your flint spring screw back down, it comes to rest against that little tube and will not let that flint come out. So you've got a little spare flint compartment built into the bottom of this Park Industries insert. I have not decided what I'm going to do with this lighter just yet. This is a lighter that sits outside, sits on a smoking stand, and gets used often. It is one of what I would consider my EDCs or users. Doesn't get put in my pocket very often, but will on occasion, but is always sitting out there on that smoking stand ready to light up a cigarette. And I think it would be really cool to have a replacement which most people, including my significant other, would probably not be able to tell the difference between. Operates exactly the same, looks the same, just in quite a bit better condition. So we will see what we do with this lighter. I want to go ahead and take a look here at the cigarette case. Still got the little gold foil paper in it that says made in or made of indestructible airplane metal. Holds full pack regular or king size cigarettes. Cool, cool. You can see that there is some wear to the case and some fading of the color as well. I'm starting to wonder whether perhaps it's just the one side. So maybe this gift set was displayed for a number of years where light could get to it and just faded that color. Definitely think that's a possibility. There is your case. Box just slides right in, and then the top goes over the top of that. I don't know how many people are in need of such a case nowadays, with hard packs being the standard when you go to the convenience store and buy cigarettes, but still a really cool item. And really neat to find something like this, brand new, just needing the flint tube cleared out and matching a lighter. Although the brand name on the bottom is different and the markings on the windscreen are different, there is no doubt whatsoever that both of these were made by Park Sherman in Springfield, Illinois. Until next time.